Welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventures Podcast. Rideshare infotainment for the new driver, old driver, and everyone in between.
Hi guys, welcome to the GR Rideshare Adventures Podcast. Thank you so much for, I hear an echo for some reason somewhere. It might be the Skype thing, but it's not too bad. I think I heard it last night, so we'll just go with it. Thanks, guys, so much for joining us. If you would please share to all your local groups, that would be great. We'd like to boost our community. Tonight, we're here with Jason, Sam, Ben, and Jesper. Ben does not have a camera tonight because we have a guest on tonight. Hopefully, it'll work and doesn't dump, so I don't cry.
We want to see you cry.
Yeah, you do?
I mean, I've seen a grown man cry. I've never seen Jason cry.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to see Jason cry.
That'd be a good laugh.
Jason doesn't cry.
Would that excite you?
Moving on.
So again, guys, share the stream.
For me, I didn't know it.
Oh boy,
It's going to be that kind of podcast tonight.
I almost just said the same thing. So, stories from the past 2 weeks. We'll just jump right into it. I did not drive last weekend. The weekend before, I did exclusively airport. I know there's a lot of people that hate just airport. Mm-hmm. In our local group and across the country, people say, why do you sit in the queue? And I guess it's just, that's what I like to do. So, I said...
And you are a independent contractor, so you can do what you want.
Pretty much. Right now, at least in the Grand Rapids market, it's slow. I mean, it's slow. The college kids are not here; they're gone, and so airport is almost a guaranteed ride. I mean, so.
But you don't know how long you're going to wait, and you don't know how long the ride is going to be.
That's true, because there were times where I think I mentioned to you I had been there in over an hour and finally got a ride. So, but that weekend was good for me. I think it was Saturday night. I had 3 trips to Holland back to back. So Holland to the airport, Holland to the airport, Holland to the airport.
Was that the first weekend of
yes, Coast Guard.
Coast Guard, yes, thank you.
Yes.
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard.
I thought she was going to say, I thought you were like first week of August. No, that wasn't it. 4th of July weekend. That wasn't it. I didn't know where she was going with that. But.
It was well worth the hour and 20-minute wait, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good night. Holland, for us, is probably a $30 fare.
Yeah.
So,
and the XL is like a 42, 45.
Yeah. So it was a good night. I mean, 3 trips to Holland, it was over $100, so I was happy with that. But other than that, I don't have any stories or anything exciting for that. So, what about you, Jesper?
So I did not drive the weekend. I did not drive the same weekend as you guys, but I drove last weekend, and it was a pretty good weekend. I mean, I had. Friday was pretty solid. I think I drove a total of 14 hours, and Friday was solid. It was a solid Friday, definitely for Saturday. And Saturday, I started driving at 6. I ended around 3.
You still do those late nights, don't you?
I do. But it was worth it. And it was well worth it. I mean, my unicorn a couple of weekends ago, that was my last ride at 2:36. Mm-hmm. So it's whatever. I like it, and it's still fun. Oh, and I had a puker this weekend.
What?
Saved by the bag.
The bag.
Yeah, the bag.
The blue bag wins again.
The blue bag wins again. And then here he said, as he left the vehicle, he goes, I'll tip you $10 in the morning. And he did.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Why did he do it? Why do people just don't do it right then? Like maybe they're just so...
First of all, he was drunk, right? Okay. And second of all, I think he was worried that I was going to still report him.
Oh,
because he
wanted to see if you held up your
exactly.
Yes.
He mentioned still that there's some horror stories out there that says that they're going to be like some kind of several $100s for the cleaning fee, and I goes those are true. I said, but only if there's a mess in my car. If there's nothing there, you hit everything is in the bag. I'm not reporting anything, because there's no need for it.
I had the same thing happen. They used 2 bags. They puked in both of them. They gave me $20, $10 for each bag, and I was like,
right.
Thank you. And they didn't spill anything. I did check, of course. I did check.
I did too. I used the opportunity to go in and I moved the bags around. And so to make sure there's 2. I have bags in both of my seat, the front, the park in front of my seat. And so I kind of put one in, and I kind of used that opportunity to check, and there was nothing there. It was all good.
I think I only have one bag left, and I'm kind of flirting with disaster. I probably should buy some more. And
well, I have a bunch in my car. You can get some. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah.
I have one trash bag in my car.
Like a full-size trash bag?
Full-size trash bag.
So we have the Emerson's bags, the actual bags, and I can't help but think that this was definitely a 2/3 Emerson's bag. So I was happy that I had the real bags. It was...
I like the thought of the garbage bag because you think, it's
easier to get your head in it.
Right. I mean, those Emerson's
bags has that little plastic collar.
To hold it a little bit better. But yeah, this way, I've seen girls literally just about put it up over their head just to make sure nothing gets out.
Well,
which you can't do with the Emerson's bag.
Although that would be a little, you would asphyxiate yourself a little bit. You're like, oh, it's too far. It's too far.
Yeah. This guy was almost trained. He knew what he was doing.
That's better than somebody suggesting a Ziploc.
If it's the gallon ones, it's a bigger opening than.
I know, but I just feel like that's not a great size target right there.
So David, a hospital vomit bag, as you're right, those are the technical term is called an Emerson's bag. So when you buy them on Amazon, you search for an Emerson's bag. So, and they're like, I think they're $10 for a 24 pack or $15. They're well worth the money. So
we need to get our logo on those bags.
Yeah,
I looked into somebody to put it on because Steve wanted to put them on.
Oh yeah,
put his logo. You can't. There's nobody who will put a logo on an Emerson's bag.
Somebody will do it.
I'm sure
somebody wants to get paid for that.
So, and then the other interesting fact that I had, we kind of had almost like a community moment last weekend, which was kind of cool. One of the drivers we have in the group, her name is Palka. She had kind of a scary moment at the very end of the night, Saturday night, and I understand that. This was about 2. It was after 2:30. All of a sudden, she comes online, and she's buddies with Gabe, and so they talk a lot. And all of a sudden, she comes online, and she goes, "Gabe, I need you to come help me." Those were the words, almost exactly, and you could hear she was scared. She was definitely scared. And then she follows up when she said her location where she was, and she said, I'm blocked in by another car, and he sits in the vehicle, and I can't get out." She couldn't move her car out. She didn't feel like she could move her car out. And she goes, I've been sitting here for 10 minutes and he's not moving. So she thought that it was a stalker, that was going to get out of the car and do something if she got out.
So she didn't feel comfortable getting out.
She did not feel comfortable getting out of the car to tell him to move. And I was closest. So I just went on and I think Gabe was actually at home at the time, but he obviously flew out of bed.
Figures.
He flew out of bed and kind of got in the car, and I also turned my car around. I was literally 4 minutes from where she was.
Okay.
And then I met up with her. And, pretty quickly after she had said it, it kind of diffused itself because he got out of the car, and he was waiting for somebody else. Yeah, so he got out of the car, and they were walking past her, and she rolled down the window just a little bit, and she goes, "Hey, can you move your car?" And he just looked back and said, "No, you're fine." So she had plenty of room and she could get out, but it just didn't feel that way to her. And she was definitely scared. And so I still obviously got all the way up there, met with her. We talked it through, but it was kind of and I'm not patting my own back. That's not it. It was just a community moment. I liked it. And it was nice to be able to be out there and kind of keep an eye out for each other.
Yeah, and that kind of brings up the Telegram group that we have. It's Telegram is a messaging app, and if you look in the description of the Facebook, whatever you call it, description of the live stream, it'll have a link in there, and you can join our group. There's usually someone on there at least 24 hours a day.
Just about.
Yeah.
The most of chatter in the NC-17 stuff happens after midnight. We try to keep the NSFW, not safe for work.
Yes.
I struggled with that
after midnight.
After midnight. But download the app first before you click the link because then it won't work, I guess some people say. So, yeah, it's called Telegram. It's like WhatsApp, and you can leave voice messages, which is nice. It's safer. You can lock the mic in and drive down the road, and we do not condone using your phone and driving.
No, you should always have a phone holder, obviously.
So Ben, what about you? Did you drive at all this weekend or not?
I did not. However,
Drum roll.
my car is fixed.
Yay, Ben.
Does it drive like a brand new car?
Smooth as butter.
So the real question is, are you driving this weekend? What are the percentages? Because usually I hear your voice and I'm like, that's definitely about a 25%er.
I think it's close to 80.
Whoa,
Wow.
everyone heard it.
Yeah.
I thought you were going kayaking.
Yeah, that's during the day.
Oh.
Night kayaking is fun.
No, that's creepy.
So you got your wife's car all set up to drive to use it for 2 whole weeks.
I mean, it's nice in a pinch, though.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
if you total that car,
Your
I
wife's
mean-
car's ready to go.
yeah. So as long as you keep up your documents, you're good to go.
Yep.
So no driving for you. What about you, Sam? No driving for you either, looks like.
I made it during the week.
Oh, okay. That's true.
I
I
didn't-
forget everyone. Sam's that's what she does for income.
Yeah, it's gig work.
Like gig work. So
Yeah.
you drive during the week. We're kind of
Yeah.
weekend warriors right now.
No, I started Thursday when I started to feel like garbage Thursday night, and then I took the rest of the weekend off. But
You think it was just like a flu bug or something?
yeah, it was like a head cold. It was sinus infection and all that. I felt crappy. But yeah, so I miss Coast Guard.
Yeah,
Oh.
but no one. So Coast Guard Festival is, I guess, just what it says. It's out in a beach on the big lake, and I don't know. They have a bunch of big boats and planes and big coast. I don't know. I've never been out there. Lots
They
of
have
fireworks,
the things the Coast Guard owns.
like boats and planes and helicopters. It's a big festival out there. It's a big party festival too. So, but it's. I saw from a few people that the cell phone towers were congested,
Right.
and it's not worth it. So,
I mean, it sounds like Pelka did okay, like after 10 p.m.
oh really? She did go out there?
Oh, she got right out to Norton Shores Saturday
then
night.
just stayed
and
out
then
there?
She kept getting surge rides out there. So
I
yeah,
mean,
she stayed.
I might have done the same thing. I don't think I would have driven out there for it, but if I got stuck out there, and if you're getting surge rides, you might as well keep on keeping
she
on.
kept busy. She had a pretty good night.
Okay,
So-
cool. And then you had a creep today.
Yeah, just a weird
passenger?
dude. Yeah, my last one today. So I pick him up at an elementary school, and it was 6:30, so I was like, okay, it shouldn't be a kid. We're gonna get there. Hopefully, it's a teacher.
6:30 this morning.
No, at night,
Okay.
at dinner time.
Okay.
So I get there, and it's this dude. The person who ordered it was Heather. So it was not the person
Already
who ordered
weird.
it.
I always hate
Right.
those. I mean, I take them, but
Right. And he gets in the car, and it's like, okay, yeah, hi, how are you? I'm like, how's your day going? Whatever. And he's like, yeah, I just went to the barber and walked over to the park here so I could watch the kids play.
okay.
Okay.
Red flag number 1. No,
Right.
red flag number 2. You're not the owner of the
Right.
account. So we got 2
I
red
was like,
flags.
okay. Hopefully that's a totally innocent way of saying that. You just enjoy children in a non-weird
Yeah, I mean,
way.
what do you say to that? You're like,
I'm like, okay.
is that what
And
you
I
said?
kept going. Yep.
I'm
I
like,
said, okay.
oh, neato.
Whatever. Started heading.
Neato.
And of course, he gets in the car and he says to me, "Oh, we're going to York Creek." I was like,
Oh, wonderful.
Of course we
One number
are.
3.
so that's like his third strike already. But whatever. We get on the highway and heading down 96 into 31, and he sits up in the seat far enough that his head is like this close to my head.
So he's in the back.
Yes, he's,
So he's leaning
up.
through the middle.
Was there a smell of alcohol on his breath?
No, he just smelled like a cigarette.
Yeah. Like a stale cigarette?
Yes, like a stale
Ugh.
cigarette.
Just
It
snorted.
was so bad.
I don't know why that was funny.
But-
Stale cigarette.
So he does that as I'm getting on the highway. So I'm like, okay, I want this dude to sit back, but
Yeah.
I don't want it to be awkward. So I gunned it down the highway.
gun it in her 4-banger.
And, so I went and I'm whipping in and out of cars, trying to drive like a little more reckless than I would normally with the passenger in the car to make the point for him to sit back.
Yeah.
Which he got. So we're going down 131 at this point. We're going off to get off on Alpine. And he says to me, "Did I make you uncomfortable when I sat forward?"
Yeah, actually.
You can't say yes to that at that point. Like, it's already uncomfortable.
Well, yeah,
I'm
I mean-
stuck in the car with the dude. If I say, yeah, you made me uncomfortable, like, he could have taken that in a bad way, especially, I guess I'll say he wasn't white. I didn't want him, hopefully assuming the worst of me.
Yeah.
That was why I was uncomfortable. No, I'm uncomfortable
Right.
because you're a dude and you're in my face
Creeping
and I'm
on
driving.
So that brings up a good point. What should, and I always preface this saying it's not sexist, but unfortunately guys are creeps and women get taken advantage of sometimes.
Right.
What would you recommend? I think what you did is be like, no, it's fine.
Right. Yeah. No, I played it out. I was like, oh, yeah. I said to him, I was like, no, I just drive like an idiot on the highway. I just want to get there fast.
Right.
I'm just, yeah. We're just, no, seriously.
You cannot recommend that. You get tickets that way.
But I was like, no, that's just how I drive on the highway. No big deal. And so like he sits back and we're talking a little bit. And then he says to me, well, good. I'm glad I didn't make you uncomfortable. I like white girls.
Okay.
We're 2 minutes from York Creek. So I just shut up.
Yep.
Just keep going. I get him to his house. He gets out without incident and tips me $1.
$1.
There you go.
$1.
I mean, it's better
Well-
than nothing.
You know,
Was it crisp?
What, the dollar?
Wait a minute. What am I missing here?
The
Why is
dollar,
that
the
funny?
cigarette?
The
like-
dollar. Come
But
on.
why does it matter if it's crisp?
Nothing. Keep going. Yes. I'll tell you that
He
later.
tells
was
me to
in
keep
the
going,
app. It was-
and I'm not
it's
even.
Oh,
fine.
it was in the app. Okay.
but yeah, it was just an uncomfortable ride. Like, if you think you've made a lady uncomfortable, you don't ask her in the same situation that it's happened. Give it a break. If you really need to know that you misbehaved, bring somebody else in on the conversation and do it in a group. Do not ask them one-on-one in the car where she can't escape.
Yeah.
Did I make you uncomfortable?
Or when you're getting out of the car, say, "Hey, sorry if I made you uncomfortable.
Right.
I wasn't trying to creep. Have a
Right.
good day."
Yes.
And then walk away.
Like, you don't do it in the same car, or if you're like stuck in an elevator with someone, you
Right.
wouldn't do it there.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, it was,
that's crazy.
yeah.
Creeper. Okay, so new thing on the podcast. We got our story. Oh yeah, we already talked to Ben. I'm notorious for forgetting Ben, so I was like,
Well, he didn't drive.
Hey, you know
so-
what though? Funny story. I was muted when I was telling my story.
"You were." Well, usually someone says, "Hey, I can't hear Ben."
Yeah, that's what happened.
Oh, you
Vaughn,
can
Vaughn
fake.
said that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah,
didn't guess
so-
that, but so
I really don't have anything of value to add.
yes, you do. Well, not about driving
Yes.
currently, but so
Mosquito in here.
yeah, that's from Jesper because he had some issues earlier and we had to open the window. There was a giant fly in here either, and I finally got it killed before we went live. So we are on all platforms. We're on Twitter.
Jason the Fly Killer.
We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I would say most of our traction is on Facebook. Traction meaning our communication with people. But on Twitter, it's really interesting. There's a lot of great. I don't know. There's a lot of bitching on Twitter too, but it's limited to a certain amount of characters. Blah blah blah. But anyways,
I didn't know you're young enough to use Twitter.
Keeping on.
I'm not the oldest one in this room, so I actually like Twitter. I
Go
do.
Sam.
So I was on Twitter, and then there was a guy on Twitter. His username was uberandlyftdrivers.com. And so we kind of talked, and he sent me a message about 6 months ago and said, "Hey, I'm from Lansing, I was born in Michigan. I think it was Lansing area. And I live in Colorado now, and this is what I do, blah, blah, blah." So we just started striking up a conversation, and we're going to meet with him right now and talk. We're going to start a relationship where Steve is going to do. Now, who did I tell this to? I think I told it to Ben and Jesper. If anyone has heard of Family Guy, okay, of course. No, you laugh,
I
but
love
these
Family
guys.
Guy.
When I say this, maybe you've heard it. When Peter Griffin does a segment on the news called "What Grinds My Gears," okay,
I love what grinds my gears.
I know it's the best.
It
And
is.
Megan, my
No
wife.
idea.
Yeah, Megan, my wife, and I have watched Family Guy for forever. It's amazing. So, anyways, that's what Steve's going to do for our podcast every week. We're going to have a little bit of video, and he is going to just what grinds his gears. So, we are going to transition over to Steve, and hopefully it works. So, everyone say a prayer.
I'm going to press the magic buttons, and hopefully Steve will appear before your very eyes.
Just let you know that I can't see if it works. Did you tell him to unmute his mic?
Steve, unmute your mic.
Done.
Oh gosh, if you would know the nightmare, everyone like, oh, this What a great production. Everybody's doing great. You didn't see the 10 hours that I spent trying to make this friggin' work. So, welcome, Steve. Thank you so much for finally joining us. So, why don't you just give us a brief background of your Michigan roots? I like the Go Green, Go White shirt you got on there. So, why don't you just give us a background of where you started in Michigan and then kind of moved out to Colorado?
Yeah, so I've been in Colorado now about half of my life, just over 20 years. I'm old. I'm in my upper 40s.
Upper 40s, okay. You are the oldest one online right now for us then.
I don't know. I didn't say a specific age yet, so.
Yeah, well, you said
but I think you and I discussed it. Yes, I'm the oldest.
Jason is the baby, so this is okay.
No.
But yeah, so I've been out here. I moved away for a very brief time to work for a laser company. I still do work for them, but I reside here in Colorado, and I do rideshare. I've done it for over 5 years. Completely different market to what I'm listening to your guys' stories, and I think that I talk with drivers all over the country. We have quite a communication with them, and like we've started. Like friends even that we've started getting data from for rate cards and who's being paid what and when it's being dropped, how much. So summers get a little slow as far as the computer goes with kids and working and everything you got to do. But we're back on it. We got a bunch of new changes coming on top of the one you said, which is my favorite. That's the one I'm looking forward to because I got a lot of things that grind my gears. So,
can you believe these other dudes didn't know about Family Guy? I'm like, I told them about it like a week ago, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about." I'm like, that's one of the funniest.
My son loves the show.
It's not even one episode. Is it more than one?
No, it's just the one.
Is it?
He gets hired and fired in the same episode.
Okay. Typical Griffin.
Well, we're hoping for more than one episode from Steve.
Right.
We'll see what Family Guy says about all this, but
right. So, how many total rides do you have between both platforms?
What's that now?
How many total rides do you have between both platforms? Sorry, I kind
of So for years I was primarily a Lyft driver. I was not a fan of Uber, and out here Lyft is huge for a metro city of our size here in Denver. Our market is huge for Lyft, but as you know, all the perks have gone away from Lyft. I don't know if you guys have lost them all yet, but they're all gone.
We're actually going to talk about a little bit of that later on. So we are getting some changes on the 12th.
Yeah, well, we've lost them all. We've had them all lost for months now. We're one of those test markets. We have 15 scooter companies here in Denver. Like ones that start up tomorrow, we'll put them here and they'll try them out.
Didn't Lyft pull a bunch of scooters from somewhere because they caught on fire?
Yeah, man, I saw a 13, 14-year-old riding a scooter without another scooter near him the other day downtown.
That's cool.
I mean, I see the craziest stuff on scooters. On my dash cam, I catch people saying that, well, I'll pay for this Lyft or this Uber ride. Well, you can get our one home tonight. And then they say, well, we'll just grab scooters and ride home. Mm. So they're instantly saying drunk riding, which has become an issue out here too. The police are now dealing with it and writing DUIs and taking you to jail.
Yeah,
for riding a scooter.
Well, I mean, you can if you're.
Oh, absolutely.
I wonder if you could ride a bicycle bike, like a bike.
Mm-mm.
No, it's got to be
still a DUI.
Oh, it is still DUI.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, I guess you could fall in the street or something, but. Well, cool. I'm excited about this little adventure. Steve has a website. It's called UberandLiftDrivers.com. Is that correct?
Just Uber Lyft Drivers.
UberLiftDrivers.com. It is. Yep. It's a beautiful website. It has so much news on there. It's put together really nice. It's clean. It's sharp. He's had that for what, 5 years?
Actually, about coming up on 3 in February.
Okay, but
so about 2.5.
It's been a.
But I mean,
it's been a haul.
but there's like you said, there's a lot on there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go in there and you needed to search a topic, search it. You're going to find it all the way back to whenever. I mean, you're going to find everything from when things start getting crazy.
Yeah. So it's a great website for resources if you are interested in some of those topics. So, like I said, we're going to start a little bit of a relationship, and I think it's going to be fun. I'm excited for the first video.
Yeah, me too.
And then, we'll just kind of go from there and see what happens.
Right on.
All right, Steve, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to pop over to the other screen, and you have a good night.
Hey, you as well.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Steve. See ya.
Yep,
Thanks,
take
Steve.
care.
Man, you think the cops don't like us out there? They'd really hate people on scooters.
Oh, that has just got to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad enough people stumble like at Tavern on the Square right in that corner. Like
They'd fall
creep
off the curb.
The scooters. Can you see some son of a bitch going down the sidewalk and jumping the curb with that thing? Be like, no. Yeah. I don't think we'll ever see them. I don't think that our market's big enough for them.
I swear I saw a small group of them behind the hookah lounge.
I mean, wasn't it the ATV group that rides around like Detroit?
No, it was like a rack.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I'll have to double check.
yeah,
that.
we'll have to look at that because, I mean, there is money to be made on those scooters.
Right.
You can charge them.
It's right by the where the blue walking bridge is, like behind the hookah lounge back in there.
By where you have to get in for the gate?
Yeah.
Why would they put them back there?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just making sure you stood up. You scared me. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It says everyone's mic volume has gone down.
That's what he's checking right now.
Oh. I mean, it sounded fine on our end, but who knows? Are we okay now? Jamie?
Amber?
Hello?
Amber says yes.
Yeah, but what's she say yes to?
Oh.
Oh,
was
she's
saying
seen the
yes to
scooters.
something else.
Okay.
We'll just
so
have to give it like 15
I'm
seconds.
not imagining it.
Right. Where am I? I lost my train of thought. It says it's still real low. Okay, I know you didn't change anything, but
I hung up on Skype.
yeah, and maybe that threw it off a little bit. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do here, so we kind of got to figure it out, though.
You're on your own.
Want me to just bump everybody up?
Yeah, try it a little bit.
I mean, you can. Are you still in? Did you go back to the original scene that we created without Skype? Okay.
Keith said it's better. It was lower when Skype was on, he says.
Yeah, that is something that we had before. Shoot, Skype. I thought we corrected that problem because I even went live with it and to fix it. But when you started Skype, your stream volume went down. Okay. So is it back up, though?
Yeah,
we're off
Larry
Skype.
said it is if you scroll up.
Okay. Sorry about
Okay.
that, guys.
Well,
I try
thanks,
not to talk
guys.
about tech issues, but I want you all to hear. Otherwise, what's the point of continuing? So let's jump into rideshare in the news. Before we do that, can you guys do us a favor? Everyone that's online, can you give us a review on iTunes? 5 stars. Well, I guess you don't have to do 5 stars. We prefer 5 stars. But they always say rate, review, and subscribe. And if you write a couple sentences, the 5 stars doesn't really move the needle, but the 5 stars plus a couple sentences, really helps us. So if you could do that, that would be amazing.
Did we mention to sign up for the newsletter?
We didn't. No, Ben was anxious to get Steve on, so I kind of jumped through a couple of things.
Okay,
so.
well, remember the newsletter as well. The new newsletter will come out probably within next week. Will be this month, and I have the link. Yeah, well, I'll post the link and I say it's also in the comment for the video.
All right. Let me do. Sorry, I'm doing some troubleshooting here. So we had a guy from our last live stream comment. Hey Ben, can you check the levels on Audacity? That might be a good.
That's what I'm doing.
Everything looks good. Okay, I was going to send you a message. I'm like, I'm just going to say it out loud. I don't even care. So our last live stream, Michael M. Actually used his real name, I think. I don't know. He must be from the Grand Rapids market, but he described he kind of threatened us. It was a little weird, but he basically said that he's very frustrated about the Lyft drivers in Grand Rapids not being in the rideshare lot and trespassing.
Yep.
And he said he wasn't going to support us unless we addressed it. Well, we have addressed it. several times, and maybe he just caught that one live stream. And I did respond back and say we'd talk about it tonight. So it is frustrating. One night I was with the old coots at the airport and talking to one of them. One of them actually went to a police officer that was in the cul-de-sac, and he told him to tell security if you know somebody that's up there.
Right.
It's really tough if they're unmarked, if they don't have any signage, because it's like you're not going to walk up to them. But if you kind of have a feeling that that's the car, I guess tell security, because it is trespassing if you're on there waiting for a ride.
You're trespassing, yes.
Yes, you're supposed to be in the rideshare lot.
I'm just wondering now that you can pick up a ride, like you can get sent a ride on Uber now if you are at the terminal.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, you can't once you leave the terminal, you go around the loop. It goes back to telling you to head to the waiting lot. But if you're actually like parked where we're supposed to be, you can get a ride there now.
Well, but see, that's not last 2 weekends ago. It happened. Maybe it was you on Friday. Anyways, I caught a ride, and you had it happen to you today because I was halfway to the terminal and he canceled on me. Okay, I turned around and I went back, but before I got all the way in to the lot, I was still on the road. They sent me another ride.
Weird.
So I think it was because they noticed that I had a cancellation.
Probably.
Well, originally when they brought out that that notification that you got a short trip and we'll leave you, that kind of went away, and so maybe that happened, but it didn't tell you.
Yeah.
But I definitely got on the way to the terminal. I got another ride. So.
Yeah. No, I had dropped someone off and I hadn't moved my car yet.
Right.
And I was available to accept a new ride sitting at the terminal.
So you got one then?
No, I didn't. I didn't sit there very long.
Well,
but it didn't say head to the waiting lot. Like it was just like it was normally on, like it would be anywhere else in town. Usually when you're on airport property, it says head to the waiting lot.
Right.
And now with that being an option for diamond drivers to actually pick up right there.
Yeah. So you think they turned the geofence off?
Oh, they had to have.
Yeah, they turned.
Considering their nice little surprise we got this weekend.
Right.
So that's another thing we should probably talk about tonight is the Uber Pro, right? Because this was the first weekend.
I screwed
Pro.
the pooch on the rundown. I didn't even have Uber Pro on there.
So why don't we just real quick touch on Uber Pro? You didn't drive, or you?
No, I didn't.
You did not drive, so you don't have any Uber Pro points.
No, I don't.
No new ones.
Right.
I mean,
how many?
I'm blue, yo.
You're blue, yo. I'm platinum, yo.
I'll be platinum as soon as I get my acceptance.
Platinum's not the highest one.
No, I know, but I'm still platinum. It's just not active yet.
Right.
So, we're gonna. But
What do you mean it's not active yet?
So
he's blue until he gets acceptance rating up, just
Right.
like you.
But it says on my app, it says platinum.
Yeah, mine does too.
It says I'm platinum. Anyways, so my acceptance rating is 89. No, 79.
There you go.
79, and my cancellation is 7.
Nah, you got to work on that.
Well, I know, but I'm just taking everything. So that's what I did last
to try
week.
to boost it up.
But I got 101 points in one weekend.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it's like what, 3 points a ride or something?
During certain hours, it's 3,
Right.
but most of the time it's 1.
but see, I also experienced here's the thing. I experienced that every Excel ride I had gave me 3 points.
But you were
Also
out during
before
times.
9. Also before 9.
From 2 to 7 though was also.
Not Friday.
Yeah.
Friday is 9
Friday,
to
Saturday, Sunday.
Anyways, so I got 101 points, and I thought that was very cool.
Get a room.
And it's pretty. What it means is it's pretty obtainable to get 500 points in 3 months. It's not a problem at all.
Oh yeah.
And 500 is platinum. And
Yes.
1,000 is
500 is
800.
platinum.
I bet is diamond. I got sweaty pits. I just realized. Just looking at.
What does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
Nothing.
I was just
Sweaty pits.
I was just listening to you guys, and then I just raised my arm just to check on the delay, and I do have sweaty pits. Anybody that gets a mosquito in here gets $1, by the way.
From Ben.
No. From
I was going to
Jasper.
say from my daughter's piggy bank.
So that was pretty cool. And I'm
So
looking
you think that it's easy to get 800 would be easy in 3 months?
Yeah.
It should be, yes. I got 101 in a weekend.
But okay, so you get diamond or whatever the hell it is.
Mm-hmm.
What does it do?
Well, then you, among other things, you get free college tuition at Arkansas ASU. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not.
Once you've completed 3,000
Arizona.
rides.
What was that?
Oh, yeah.
Danish? I didn't catch any of that.
Was that Danish Mumble Mouth?
I
You
think
get
it might
free
have been.
free college tuition to Arizona State University.
Oh,
Online.
free college tuition to
Yeah.
Arizona State University
Yes.
online. I'm translating
ASU.
for you.
Thank you.
And
But
a
then
few
you
other
also get
things.
13% back in gas, but you have to have the debit card, which you don't have. So
Yeah, I haven't tried to do it on a desktop. It's been a nightmare with that. I've tried and
Oh,
tried
I
and
know.
tried. My personal opinion on it, I just think it was a great business move for Uber. It's going
yeah.
to keep you away from Lyft, but I don't really think the benefits are worth it.
I mean, I
We'll see.
might attempt to keep my acceptance rating up, maybe if I can see the gas rewards coming in and actually being worthwhile.
Now the gas reward, if it feels
That's
like
what I'm doing it for.
feels like Chinese math though. It's like I got to use this card at this place to do this. Like
no. You
No?
just use your debit card anywhere. I got it twice. I got 3% back.
okay,
Yeah. So for Diamond, you get a bonus percent at ExxonMobil, but you get like 12% everywhere.
Yeah.
oh
And then
really?
you get like a 13 at the other.
See,
gas
now that
stations.
does add up because if you're a full time driver,
Right.
I mean, it might.
I
Tempt
did the
you.
math. It's like with how much gas I use, if I can get
Right.
12% back, it's almost $2,000 a year.
Well, and then the other thing too is, as a full-time driver, you also get 25% off on there's another service where you can get 20% off on
Right.
some of the things you purchase for their car.
Right.
Here's my question to you: you go out, it goes in 3-month intervals, right?
Yes.
You go out the first week, you bang it out, you're at Diamond. If
Mm-hmm.
you stop driving right then, do you stay Diamond for the whole 3 months?
But only,
rolls.
if you stop driving, yes.
Yes. So that let's say
But you have to stay at the end of the 3 months. You have to still be eligible for it.
right. You still have to hit that criteria.
Yes.
So I could drive for 1 week on Uber, get Diamond, let's say,
Right.
and then I could drive Lyft for the rest of 3 months, and I would still get the gas rewards.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then I don't know.
Right.
That kind of tickles my fancy a little
Yeah.
bit.
You get 3 months worth of gas rewards.
Yeah, I mean, 12%, you're starting to get up there a little bit, especially
Yeah.
if you're driving full time. I mean, you're probably not filling a tank a day, but I'm filling
Yeah.
a tank a day on my gas
If
hog.
I do flex, I do.
Well, yeah, because you could go to Traverse City. So,
So, anyways, so sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt, but that was kind of a
no, it's good. I'm glad that you brought
first
that
thing,
up.
so-
Amber brought up a good point that it'd be awesome if we could use it at Costco.
well. So you
Why
can use the
can't you?
you can use the debit card at Costco, but you don't get the percentage back because
Oh.
it's not a the Costco gas card is not a nationwide chain.
No. Can you use the Uber card at?
Well, you can use it to pay stuff for. Yeah, it's just a debit card,
Yeah, but okay.
but you probably don't get the money back by buying gas at Costco.
No, not from Costco, but you get the cheaper gas with, right? You get the cheaper gas at Costco, and you get to the 12% back on the Uber debit card.
I don't think so. I think it has to be a national chain to get
Oh, okay.
the percentage back. I mean,
Maybe.
my assumption is, but
I don't know
know.
if Costco counts as a gas station.
Well,
Yeah.
Costco only accepts like Visa, I think, too. So if the Uber
Okay.
card isn't a Visa, that'll already be a problem.
It is a Visa, I think.
Okay. But
It's a
anyways,
Visa
I've got
debit
it in the
card.
car. Yeah, everything's debit at Costco, though.
yeah, you have to run it as debit. Oh, look at the card number. What's your 3 digit?
Write it down.
What's your-
Take a screen cap of
What's
that.
your security code? So, anyways, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So it's only 3 digit, dummy.
Dang it!
So Uber Pro, jury's still out. I don't know. Is anyone in our group like actively seeking that in our local Grand Rapids group that we chat with?
Diamond.
Not like
Diamond.
not like our Facebook group, but
What's
our,
with that name change, anyways?
Because
Anyways,
he's diamond.
I told somebody he's Diamond bitch. Well, I like how he made the
Bit.
he didn't
The
write it out.
asterisk,
I'm
yeah.
like, Pete,
I
we're
was
all
like,
adults in
Who
here.
are you G-rating this for?
Right. Anyways. Yeah, I was just curious if anyone in our group that we chat with is actually trying to seek that out. So
I don't know.
Yeah, my acceptance rating is
Yay!
I got 'em.
56%.
Nice.
It's increased a percent a day every day that I've driven.
that's
So
another
it'll be like 30 more days.
see that's another thing too. Lyft every week resets your
Right.
acceptance rate, but Uber doesn't. So
There's another one.
There's another one. Well, I'm already up $1. You guys suck. All right. So yeah, basically, let's just recap the Lyft thing. Lyft does not have a queue in Grand Rapids. If you want them to have a queue, please email them. Do Twitter. If you're young and know what Twitter is, use Twitter and tweet at them and say, "Hey, we need a queue in Grand Rapids. Drivers are trespassing." So,
Yeah.
So, but let me just ask one question about that.
I was trying to wrap it up.
No,
Yeah.
that's okay. We
With
can wrap it up.
Jesper.
But so apart from the fact that they're trespassing, what is really the problem?
Because it's bullshit. Because
It's
it
an
feels
unfair advantage.
it feels like they're cheating.
They sit at the front so they can get a priority on rides, while we're sitting in the lot like we're supposed to,
Following
like if
the
airport wants
rules.
us to, and we have to wait for all of them to get a ride before we get a ride.
Because technically they're closer.
Yes.
Yes, I mean even in the rideshare lot, if you are closer,
Yeah.
well, I'm not going to talk about that one.
Right.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
Yeah.
But the point is, they're circumventing the rules, and
Right.
it's against the rules, and it's trespassing. And we are rule followers mostly.
Kind of.
Sometimes.
Apart
Except
from
when there's a
apart from
surge.
Gregory, of course.
Why is he not a rule
I'm
follower?
just joking.
Was he the last comment? That's the name
I
popped
don't
in
know.
your head.
I don't know. Larry's gonna go Christmas shopping. Wow.
Well, you ain't going to get much with Jesper's card.
All
right, moving
much
on.
there.
We had another person reach out, Ray. I think a new driver in Grand Rapids asked about Uber Select and how popular it is. He was actually thinking about buying a Jaguar, and I was like, whoa. I mean, if you got the money to buy a Jag, then maybe you shouldn't drive. I mean, I'm just saying, don't kill that car. I do not think Select is worth it in Grand Rapids.
No.
I mean, see, here's the thing. I'd love to do an experiment where I just ran Select and XL, like for 1 week from like when I go full time in the fall, from Monday through Monday, and see what I would get. I think I would get a lot of books read. You know what I mean? I think it would be boring, but what I recommended to him is like, don't get a car specifically for Select, but XL wouldn't be so bad.
You know, Phil told me once that there's several of the people sitting out at the airport that are only Select.
Yeah, and there's a guy out there that I definitely that I talked to that just
He
sits
drives a
there the
nice,
whole time.
I think it's a nice BMW or something like that. But
That guy?
yeah.
Huh.
Anyways, but yeah.
The guy I was talking about was in the red Flex. I don't know who he is. Nice guy, but yeah.
I see him all over the place.
Yeah, he said he got a Select from Detroit. He was from Detroit, and so that's how he was able to get qualified as Select, but then came back to Grand Rapids or something.
I still am bitter about my car not being Select.
Well, again, it's a GM car, and GM invested $500 million in the Lyft, so Uber's going to be like, yeah,
Goodbye.
no GM cars, we're not going to get Select. It's true.
Oh, really?
It's true. I can't prove it with an article, but there was another driver in our group that drove a Acadia, and it wasn't leather, and he had Lyft Lux and Uber Select. So that doesn't really prove my point. Did he have Uber Select or just Lyft Lux?
I don't know.
But anyways, I think I'm sticking to my story. I think GM invested all this money, and so Uber's like, we're not going to put Chevys on there. I don't think there's one Chevy on there.
I don't know.
So
I know there's no Buick on there. I know that.
well, Buick are for old people.
Shut up.
So
We talked about that already.
Yeah.
Well, we can keep talking about it
Yeah,
because
whatever.
you know why, Jesper?
Why?
Because old people forget things, so we have to mention it again and again.
I think that one of the mosquitoes got my arm. It's itchy. All right, last thing before we jump into Rideshare in the news. We're only like 6 hours in.
1 hour and 6 minutes.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Well, you got to
Well,
knock about
yeah.
12 minutes
The
off
banter.
for the intro. But so Gabe's going to kill me, but I mean, it's already been posted on Facebook.
Yep, somebody ruined that one for us.
I'm going to tell you, Gabe, that Sam told me to do it. So
Oh, I did not.
I said, I don't know if I want to. Gabe will kill me. She's like, it already got posted on Facebook. That's the voice I had in my head when you wrote it.
All right then.
So yes,
Whew.
there is now surge at the airport in Grand Rapids,
Yeah.
and
On Uber only?
there's
Lyft
always
has
been
always-
on Lyft.
Oh, that's right.
It just doesn't
Yeah.
happen
But
very
I
often.
haven't seen it very
Well,
often.
it won't be
though.
anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It makes sense that the geofence is gone, so they
Right.
kind of
They can't
open that
not-
up.
Yeah.
Once you take the geofence away,
Yeah,
the
it's-
lift zone is, or the surge zone is going to cover that.
Right.
So the biggest we saw was $3.25. But I'm glad that they're doing that now.
I think this winter it'll probably get higher.
Oh, yeah.
It
Oh, for
probably
sure.
will. But Greg says his is select, and he gets 0 to 5 rides a week. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Jamie says it's not worth it at all.
No. Well, Jamie bought a 2018 brand spanking new car. I mean, we talked about that, and I was like, I don't know about that, and she's like, I just didn't want to deal with mechanical problems, and I get that. Some people
That's
don't.
why I went that route too.
I know. It's just buy a 3-year-old car.
Mine would
I
be
did.
a little
I bought
bit
a
more.
2015 last year, and it was problems left and right with it.
What kind of car?
It was a Ford Fiesta,
Okay, well, I'm not even gonna continue on
and
that. Oh, Jamie says it's a 19.
Yeah.
It's a badass truck. It's a Toyota Highlander, I think.
Is
don't
it
know.
as high as your voice?
I know. My Highlander.
Are you going through puberty?
No, I'm going back in.
Again.
I'm expecting my new car to last me just until I finish college, and then
Right.
if it craps out on me, that's okay.
Well, honestly, it's the maintenance is key on all those cars.
Right.
I mean, they all are different qualities. Yes, Hondas might be better than whatever, and vice versa. But if you change the oils regularly and do the maintenance, what it says in the schedule,
Which I
it'll
have
be
been.
fine. Chris Compton says Denver market only worth it to do select for events and weekends. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if that's even true for here for events. I mean,
Yeah,
what?
people here are cheap. They are not paying for a
They're
select.
Hollanders.
Especially like leaving the Van Andel, there's already like a $3 surge. They're already upset about that.
Yeah,
They aren't going to pay more for a select.
Excuse me. Yeah, you're right. This $3 surge is going to kill me. We have to eat Spam the rest of the week now for this. Oh,
So real quick, I'm just gonna on YouTube, Cruising with Jay asked a question, and I don't have an answer to it, so I'm gonna put it out here to the group. He's asking if we have any updates on the Uber Eats platform. The boosts are gone. The boosts are gone. So
the boost specifically, we never saw.
we didn't have any boosts in Grand Rapids, right?
They did for Eats for a little bit.
Did they?
They did,
Yeah.
but you could only do it if you were exclusively Eats.
Okay.
You could.
Oh,
if
you could if you were. Oh, that makes sense. So if
Yes.
you're a driver, you didn't get it.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, is it? I tried the Uber Eats for like a weekend, and I wanted to
I did.
kill myself.
Three times. I've done
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I tried it 1 week last summer when it was slow and I was desperate and it was terrible.
I mean, so with
Did you at least eat some food that time?
what do you mean, the person's food?
Take
Yeah,
a drink
of
from my
course.
milkshake.
Well,
That's so gross.
it's always funny when somebody on the group gets like a wild hair in their head, and then it's just like we're supposed to know what they're doing, and I'm like, what is going on?
So Cruising with Jay actually mentioned that he says right now he's Uber Eats exclusive.
So Jay, why?
What?
Can I ask a question? This,
Why?
Well,
What Ben asked? Why? I mean, there.
and
I don't
what
know.
what market are you in?
Yeah,
Cruising?
that's what I need to know because there's so many better platforms like Grubhub, DoorDash, Postmates.
But maybe they're not in his market. He says I run every night and I make about $60 to $70 on an average.
like how many hours?
Yeah, how many hours? Yeah, Jay. That's.
That seems a little rough.
I mean, I drove last weekend. I drive Uber only, and I still made $32 an hour.
yeah.
So in the summer.
But it was an oddly good weekend. It's not like that's a
Thank you for
regular.
clarifying that.
That is not
But
normal.
the thing is, though, well, I know it's not normal, but
Here, I have a project for you.
yeah.
Okay. Now, everyone hears it when I say it, so don't say I didn't tell you. Why don't you look back from where
I don't want to.
Too much work.
Look back to when the new surge came in, and I know everyone was freaking out about the penny surge, and then you consistently tell us every weekend, mostly, I'm still making the $30 an hour. I don't know what's going on. Now, you are XL, but even so, I'm curious to see if that actually is true, or you just, one of those things where you're just like, I think I am.
I don't remember weekends making less than $25 an hour.
I mean,
and I mean, there's been that one where I'm out just a Friday and I don't go out Saturday, because Friday is slower than Saturday. It is. And so there's one Friday that sticks out to me. I was out driving. I drove for like 4 hours and made $37. It was horrible.
Yeah,
right?
It happens.
Yeah. But most weekends I'm still doing, I mean, there was 3 weekends ago I made $520 in a weekend.
Yeah, and you're driving the witching hours. I mean, it's 9 to 3 is the witching hours,
right.
But it's the busiest hours of the week.
Right.
So I want to go back to Jay. He says 5 to 6 hours. I mean, so you're making about $10 an hour, and then minus gas. I mean, I'm just saying, I think that that seems not profitable to me. I don't know. And everyone has a different idea and money goal each week. So I completely understand that. But yeah, I would definitely try Grubhub, Uber Eats, whatever.
I would just go work for McDonald's at that point.
I mean,
but
although you have
a boss again.
Yeah, you don't have the freedom. So if it works for Jay, I'm happy with that. But I just wonder if you could try to try a different platform. Jay, I want you to try Grubhub.
He's in Rio Rancho.
Yeah, I don't know where that is.
No.
I don't know. Is that a big market? I don't know. Google it. I'd just be curious if it...
I'm sorry, you have a computer right there?
Yeah, but I have much more... I have to look at comments. Shut up, Sam. So I like to...
Who invited her anyway?
I'd like to welcome Dustin, too. He's my boy. You got to check his page. Well, we've never met, but he's a cool dude.
He's in New Mexico.
Not Dustin, but Rio Rancho.
Jay. Yeah, Albuquerque.
But okay. But I bet you okay. So very small market. All right. I bet you they have DoorDash and Grubhub though. Just check it out and see. I don't know. I think it would benefit you because that seems a little low. But anyways, Dustin, check out his YouTube page. He's got a lot of good videos.
He does.
Dustin is driving, and then his Facebook page is Uber Lyft 101. Help me out, Dustin. Sorry about that. All right, gosh, have we even got to the news yet?
No.
Keith says mobileleads.com. I believe that's spam. I don't know.
Mobile what?
Leads.
Yeah, advertise on rideshare cars.
Mobile ads. How about?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I read leads.
Why don't we delete that comment?
I don't care. But you should delete it.
Delete.
Keith, if you want to be a sponsor on the show, send us an email, team@grrideshareadventures.com.
We would love to partner with you.
Then we can talk. No one rides for free. Okay. That's Gene Simmons from Kiss. That's what he always says. So do you know who Kiss is?
Yes.
Okay.
The tongue guy.
Well, hey, wait a minute. You said you know what Twitter is? All right. So let's jump into the news. This first story is kind of an uplifting story. Normally we'll have terrible ones too.
Of course.
But this one's about an Uber driver that drove there is a video there. I don't know why I didn't see that. But drove a person. I'm sorry. This website is like taking a dump. Is it messed up?
It doesn't look good.
It didn't work.
Thank you. I don't know why. I'm loading it and it's just...
Yeah, I have it loaded. It just doesn't look good.
Yeah. So what happened was Uber driver.
Would you like me to
drives 400 miles round trip to take passengers to aunt's 100th birthday. It's just a kind of uplifting story, and the driver's name, Jesus. But when you read Jesus, it says Jesus, and so all us white honkies say Jesus.
Jesus takes the wheel. Sorry.
No.
Do you even know who sang
Jesus
that?
has arrived?
Who?
You can tell me. I forget her name. I'm gonna get it wrong.
You did. I called your bluff.
Yeah,
Carrie Underwood.
Carrie, yeah. I was gonna say I knew who she was, but I forgot her name.
So all these stories will be posted on our website. I did not get to that yet, but it's just a cool story where they had bad weather at the airport. All the rental cars were taken, and this guy decided to, take the ride. And he did end up getting a tip too. It was like, what did he clear? $2, which was weird. He earned $216, and and a tip of $54, or was that $216 with the 54?
I hope not. I hope it's an addition.
No, yeah,
No, because look at she said the grand total was $270. Although they probably got these numbers wrong.
Yeah, no, he made $56 on top of it. There's no doubt.
You think so?
Yeah, it's a 4-hour ride. He better. Otherwise, he makes like 42 cents an hour or something. 42 cents a mile.
That seems legit. I don't know. Cool story. We always talk about terrible stuff, so check that out.
Yeah, that's 270. That math is right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So it's the
216 plus the $54 tip is 270.
But then how much did she pay?
But it says that she paid $270.
Oh.
Thank you.
So, anyways.
It says Maggard said the event was so
wrong.
important to the sisters that the grand total of $270 was a small price to pay.
Yeah.
So he probably made 6 cents. But anyways, good story. I mean, it's nothing spectacular. We all take long rides.
Yeah, but that was a nice one.
Yeah, it's nice. I wouldn't say it's a unicorn per se, but
it's a long ride.
I don't know if I would do.
Hopefully went home feeling good about himself.
Yes, it's just a cool story to come home instead of the drunk guy that puked in your car.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, look what I did. So that's kind of cool. All right, where are we at?
So the next one, do you want me to take that one?
Sure.
Okay, so
it's one that has my name next to it.
Oh, then you take it.
No, not that one. You're good.
No, this one won't work for me.
Okay, so sorry, I should explain what those are. Those are highlighted articles for me. So if you see anything that says marker, don't click on it.
Okay, so I am next.
Go ahead, Sam.
Go ahead.
And there was also a video for this one that used to come.
Yeah, it was dumb.
Okay. So this one is about the Lyft driver who was killed on his 52nd wedding anniversary. A grieving widow and authorities in Phoenix are asking the public for information to solve the case of the 71-year-old Lyft driver who was shot to death just moments after he called his wife to wish her a happy 52nd anniversary. That is terrible.
Yeah, it's guy looks like he was just hustling. It was within the first 911 call came in at 12:35. They talked at 12:28.
Yeah, which is, I mean,
yeah, man,
that is just terrible.
It looks like it was a random act of violence, probably just a drive-by.
Yeah,
I think. But
yeah, he was retired, enjoyed driving, particularly at night, and loved meeting new people. And they used the rideshare money for vacations.
Okay. Well, there is a GoFundMe, and I did have the link for it, and I'll have Jesper post it. I think as a group, we'd probably like to give a little bit. Maybe I didn't ask the guys, but I don't know. It sounds like she depended quite a bit on his income, and I'm not sure about the retirement after that. You just never know. But
right.
I don't normally post GoFundMes, but I mean, this guy's just doing his thing. It could have been one of us. Easily.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he's just driving along, and he gets shot
on Holland Division.
Yeah, Holland Division is not too.
I don't know that chicken place right on Holland Division.
Oh, the New York fried chicken,
or
the chicken coop.
No. This is the old one, the chicken coop. Yeah,
the chicken coop.
The chicken
I
coop.
was shooting every quarter.
Yeah, I think they sell drugs out of that place. But.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
So the rideshare, the link, the GoFundMe is in the chat there. If you can click on it.
So I looked at it, and they have been pretty successful, I guess.
Have they?
Yeah, so that's good. But there's still quite a ways to go. They're trying to secure her in her home for at least a year now, so she doesn't have to also move after all this. So
right. Yeah,
and I thought that was pretty admirable.
Yeah, so. It was. I feel like it's legit when you see how well the GoFundMe's going. You know what I mean? People, my heart.
I thought it was crazy that the police was saying that they don't have any clue as to who did it.
Well, it sounds like it was just it could have been some jerk off just shooting his gun off. Right. You know what I mean? Not even trying to shoot anybody. But he did mention that it was a bad area of town.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Hence the Holland Division.
Right.
So, okay. So mine, I'm going to move on. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Which one are you taking?
So I'm taking the no fare, says Uber drivers slapped with SFO tickets.
It's a good article.
So it is a good article. And basically the gist of it is that people they are saying that they are wearing their their what do they call it? Rideshare dress, whatever that kind of
Trade dress.
the trade dress. Yep, they are wearing it. Are still getting these fake tickets from San Francisco International
Well, they're not
Airport.
fake. They're for real.
Well, yeah, but they're for real tickets. But they're saying that they're getting them unfairly because they are wearing their
See anything
dress.
weird about this? I'm
Just-
on this article.
But that's
Yeah, we do.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
I see that.
I mean, what am I been searching?
Yeah, I know that's the scary part, right?
Something
Anyway,
I would share in the late night chat.
okay, so the problem is San Francisco International Airport don't have a good way for the drivers to fight these tickets, and
That's the biggest part.
so Uber and Lyft are just getting the fines from the airport and paying them, if you will, but then they're passing the cost on.
Not Lyft.
Okay, so just Uber. I misunderstood that.
Yeah,
one.
Lyft
Lyft
is
is
covering
Lyft
them.
is covering it. They're eating them.
Okay,
But
Uber is not.
Correct.
But I read the numbers, and there was some crazy numbers last year. So the money adds up. SFO billed Uber and Lyft $1.74 million in administrative fines last year for 16,617 violations by drivers. And they say largely for lacking trade dress, not displaying an SFO placard, or parking outside designated ride-hailing lots. Of those, 10,000 was Uber and 6,500 was Lyft. So, and then they say 15 for wings.
I know. I'm like, why did you even play? I was wondering if you were going to say. I'm like, okay, good. He cut that
And
out. Like, who cares?
15 rides for wings.
Apparently, Wings is a service that exclusively provides airport rides.
So, but anyways, the big thing here is that what the drivers are claiming is that they are wearing the dress, the trade dress, and they are being marked as they're supposed to. So they are unfairly being charged, and they're claiming that this is just an extra way for the airport to make money.
It sounds like it.
And even Uber and Lyft are saying they don't have anything. They can't do anything about this, but they want to change it.
Because it doesn't benefit. I mean, Lyft wants to because
Right.
they're eating it.
Right.
Uber
Sure.
doesn't want to because it pisses off the driver.
Right.
I mean,
and it's just one more thing for them to worry about.
Yep.
Can you believe that 16,000? I mean they need to
in a
start taking
year.
pictures.
In a year.
Yeah. They need to start taking. That was another thing in the
And
article.
It makes you wonder if it's just like the same handful of drivers every single day.
So it brings up
the people writing the tickets.
right.
brings up the Rideshare cam again, though, the dash cam,
Yeah.
because the dash cam, if you position it correctly, will see the trade dress.
Yeah.
Right.
At least if it's in the front window.
Well, according to SFO, they have to have front, back, and a permit from the airport. So
Sure.
it's 3 things.
Yeah.
I just think, I don't know. It just seems like somebody's just writing tickets to write tickets.
Oh, sure, but
Probably.
it's also almost $2 million.
Well, here's the thing: the dash cam isn't going to work because the drivers can't fight it.
Well,
That's
that's the
the
thing.
whole point.
Right.
If
There's
they
no
can-
way for them to fight it.
Right?
Yeah.
If they can make an appeal, then I bet that those fines get cut in half.
Right.
So, anyways, San Francisco.
Did you imagine if they did that here?
I don't know. Peter's got to be happy about this because he like peer pressured me into putting my trade dress on. So I honestly don't have it in the back because the windows are tinted. And there was discussion about that in this article that a couple of they had tinted windows in the back. It was still in
But
there.
they don't require them in the bag anymore, though.
Not
It's
in
only-
Michigan, no.
No,
It's only the front.
just the
Only the
front.
front. Yeah.
Yeah, I got mine on there. So
Yeah.
I'm a good boy. Pete, don't yell at me.
Okay, next.
Ben's sleeping.
I'm wide awake.
All right, we got a picture coming up. So this is for all you hillbillies out there. I'm not going to specific any county or
City or town that's
White
really
Cloud,
close.
Cedar Springs, Sparta.
Whitehall.
Not Whitehall.
Whitehall's nice.
Yeah, it's in the city. It's just a funny video. I'm
It's
sure
in the city.
I'm always curious if people have actually seen these pictures because maybe it's because I am a part of like 19,000 Facebook groups, so I see these pictures all the time. But it is pretty funny.
It's a good one.
I mean, the cigarette in that lady's mouth. I mean, it's just.
And the driver.
Oh, I didn't even notice the driver. I was so fixated on the woman in the back of the thing. Yeah, he's got one dangling out too. Guaranteed he doesn't have a license. And that's why he's driving that.
It's suspended because of a DUI.
Probably.
Because he drove that drunk.
Yeah. Oh, man. So anyways, if you see that, good luck.
So have you
It's
seen...
it's Uber Mo.
Uber Mo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uber
Oh,
Mo.
Mo.
There you go.
Uber Mo.
Have you seen the gossip going around the pages about Uber now offering people the ability to rent a dash cam?
I don't think it's gossip. I think it's true.
Is it? Okay, I've seen a couple people, and I haven't seen anything
did you see it
about
pop up again today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it regularly, but every couple of weeks.
Right. About
why-
it's like $5 a month, but that means they have access to turn it on and off.
Yeah, and I don't think you have access to it.
Right.
I don't know. I didn't read it, but
That kind of sounds like an Orwellian Big Brother's watching
Right.
you.
yeah, I mean they already are with the app.
I know.
mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't surprise me that they can't just turn our camera on our phones and look at us. But
Uh-huh.
They probably can.
We probably should just start putting some tape over our cameras.
Seriously.
well, that kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
on
our
our
phones.
On our
Okay,
phones.
yeah, it's like the dash cam. That is
No.
Yeah, I would never get a dash cam from Uber. I'm sorry.
No.
And that's, it kind of brings up a good point, the partnerships with Uber. I was a little disappointed when Cargo partnered with Uber. I understand they needed the funding. Cargo, the little vending thing, partnered with Uber.
I'm not going to have the confusion that was had in the chat the other day about cargo.
Right.
Yeah, that was interesting.
So I just think I understand why they did it because they got infused with money, but it's like, stay independent, stay away from this big company, be your own boss. You know what I mean? Because now it's going to get, are we going to be able to use it for Lyft? I assume we're going to.
I mean, how are they going to know?
Yeah, exactly. But
why would they care? They just, as long as they make
Cargo
money.
doesn't care, but Uber
No, I know.
might.
But Cargo is now offering like shopping, like Sky Mall.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
and that's probably the money they got from Uber probably
Yeah.
helped them do that. I mean, I don't blame them for doing it. I always like people when I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Southwest Airlines. They're like, hey, if you want our rates, you have to come to our site. You can't go to Trivago
Yep.
or Kayak. I just kind of like companies that are like, you know what? Screw everyone else. This is the way we're doing it. So
Did you know that most of those sites are owned by Expedia?
Are they really?
Oh, yeah.
It makes sense. I mean,
Hotels.com, it's all Expedia.
yeah. Yeah. It gets really confusing. I like South. That's why I kind of fly Southwest. I'm just like, yeah, all right, I can save $20 over here, but I can't even understand how this. I know I'm sounding old. How this website. I wish somebody could. It's just so
It's
clunky.
www. dot.
What's an address bar? I've had that question from my parents before.
Okay.
Who's on the next one? I can do it. Uber driver gets a message asking to pretend to be this passenger's boyfriend, possibly
That's why you
saves
wanted
her.
to do it.
Why?
Because it's the boyfriend one.
Okay.
This
If anything, I should be doing it.
it's kind of sexy in here.
Hey, I didn't say nothing.
Hi, Eric. Eric Gray. I don't know.
He's a good friend of mine.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, he's new in here. So
He's awesome at woodworking. So if you need any kind of cool woodworking
yeah,
stuff.
we need a table.
Well, he makes small stuff. He will make a table too. But
Eric, I want a slab of wood from how it's not
be
completely.
careful because he's
Raw
going to take it
edge.
as a commission. Now he's
No.
going to send you a check.
Raw
an
edge.
invoice.
Yeah, like not symmetrical. Like I want a slab and yeah, that's what I want. And then we'll put our own legs on.
I have legs.
Yeah, I know. That's what I say. We'll put our own legs on. So, anyways, this driver got a request and then a message from his passenger saying that if he could act like her boyfriend when he went to pick it up. Which, what a great idea! If you're in an uncomfortable situation as a woman or a guy, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Although the chances of you getting a female driver are slim.
And you're going to be uncomfortable. Anyway, keep going.
Why would I be
I
uncomfortable?
don't know. Keep going.
No, explain.
No, that's fine. Just keep going.
Nobody talk.
No, I don't.
And now, breaking news. Jason, can you carry this on, please?
Yeah, carry on, Jay.
So last night, while driving for Uber, I got a call to pick up a woman from over by the fair. About 30 seconds after accepting the ride, the rider sent me a message via the app. When you get here, can you pretend to be my boyfriend? I don't know to what capacity she meant. So wait a minute. do I have to sleep with her? Like when he said the capacity, it kind of sounds like he's like, all right, what do I have to do here? Do we have to kiss? So I asked, what do you mean? She just said, I need you to act like you know me and that you're not my Uber driver. So he said, before I got to the pickup, he took his Uber and Lyft stickers out of his window. As I was reading it and didn't get to that part, I'm like, well, you got your stickers in there. They're going to know you're an Uber driver. And I'm like, oh, he did that. Although I didn't feel comfortable removing my wedding ring, I made a mental note to keep it out of eyesight. When I got there, I had my window rolled down, and a man and a woman were in the front yard talking. The woman was my fare, and she set the scene immediately. She looked over and yelled, hey, babe, I'll be right there. I didn't want to leave her hanging, so I shouted back, awesome, because I'm starving. I waved at the guy. He half-assedly waved back. So, I mean, I think that's great.
Right.
He's
Absolutely.
married. He's happily married and stuff. So basically what it boils down to is if you're, as a rider, if you're in an uncomfortable situation.
Your driver might just help you out.
Right. I mean, I don't know how it would do it the other way. No, that wouldn't work. I'm gonna ripcord on that. I was gonna try to explain something, but I was gonna sound like Jesper. So,
Just say a bunch
All
of
right.
syllables and we'll call it Danish mumble mouth.
I don't appreciate your comment, Sam. Greg's, and I don't appreciate Greg's either. But that's what I want, Greg. So anyway,
With legs, too.
with
Carry on.
Oh, my
Carry
God.
on. Don't go.
Imagery.
oh, bye. So, anyways, if you're out there and ever get that, there's usually, I mean,
Yeah,
they
hook
ta-
a lady up.
Yeah,
like,
and it's not even that. They always talk about the human trafficking. You know, Uber sent us emails about that. I mean, I don't think I've ever run into that. Maybe one time where I was like, that one time I kicked that guy out because the girls, although I think they were just kind of drinking with him and then wanted to go
Right.
home and he wanted
Right.
something more. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
that
but
one.
it was a situation where I was like, they paid for the ride. They want him out. I'm going to oblige.
And there was that one ride Pelka did back to Chicago that seemed really fishy to me. She picked a woman up at the Holiday Inn downtown
Yeah.
who was some descent of Asian. She didn't speak any English. And the guy put her in the car and said, take her to Chicago. And it just the way, it was like 4:30 in the morning.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. It was the way
How
Pelka
young was
described
she?
I don't know. But just the way that Pelka described it, I was like, that seems fishy. That like, it's like he's transporting.
Well, yeah, I mean, at that point, I might be like, I'm just going to run down to the PD
Yeah.
and just say, hey, what's up? Once he's away from, although
Right.
you would be worried that the guy was following you for a while.
Yeah, I guess.
Like maybe all of a sudden he's
But
gunshots in the back window. Like, okay,
Yeah.
we're going to Chicago. Okay,
Yeah.
I got your point.
yeah, she took her all the way down to a Chinatown, and
Hmm.
they didn't have an actual address. And eventually, the girl like pointed, said, "There, that's where I want to go." Like in broken English, and Pelka pulled over. She got out, gave her a tip, and Pelka came home.
Hmm.
So it just seemed a little weird.
That's a little strange.
That is bizarre. All right, where are we at here? So, yeah, be a good Uber driver. Okay, next picture. So this is just kind of a tip, kind of a couple of tips tonight. But this is from Uber Driver Things, which is a great website too. They do a great job. They have good content on there. So it says reporting an accident for Uber Lyft. Before you do, be sure to pay out your earnings as they will deactivate you from their platform while they investigate what happens, which is common. But wouldn't you get your check like the regular deposit, or are they saying that you're not going to get your money at all until you reactivate?
No, you should get your check.
Yeah, because
Just you can't.
use
You just can't cash it out.
Yeah,
Can't
that
do the
makes
cash
you
out.
can't
Yeah,
do
yeah.
Instapay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, that's a good tip. I mean,
Yeah, especially if you get deactivated on like Thursday and you've made $300 already that week, and
Right.
you have to wait until the following Wednesday to get paid.
But don't you think most people who uses Instapays every day? I
No,
mean,
I
I know
don't.
I do.
I don't. Every Sunday I Instapay.
yeah, I typically do it at. I mean, I don't really. I mean, it's.
I do when I come home Friday night and Saturday night. I just
Yeah, just because you want the money. I mean,
Yeah.
not that you need it right that second, but you
But
just
why? So let me ask you. I know it's only pennies, but why don't you take the interest?
the interest.
Yeah, you get it in your bank account instead of theirs.
Your checking account gets interest.
Of course,
Okay.
yours do not.
If you get,
No.
yeah, my
Do you have
credit union does.
$10,000
Credit
in
union.
your
Check,
checking
no,
account?
checking and savings accounts with like Michigan Credit Union carries interest.
Yeah, no shit.
Checking. He means
Savings.
checking. The
Put
checking
it
does
put
too.
it into the savings.
I'm not transferring out. It's going out at next week anyway, so
Right.
why would I put it
You're
in there?
talking
Right.
maybe a dime in
Who
interest.
cares?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Anyways.
not even. And that dime is gone the second you pay for that 50 cents for your Instapay.
That
No, it's free.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is for
if
me.
you do it to the debit card, it's free.
The Uber debit card.
Yeah, if you do it through your debit card. But if you do it to your bank account, it is not.
Well, I wouldn't do it
Correct.
with the bank account. I wouldn't pay the 50
Well, you didn't
cents.
specify that. Thank
Right.
you for bringing it up.
Yeah.
Sure.
So no, when I finish Saturday or sometime on Sunday, I Instapay because I go grocery shopping on Sunday.
Yeah, and it
just-
makes sense for you because that's your income. I
Yes,
mean, we all
that's
have
everything.
other jobs, so it's not that.
Well,
I don't
yeah.
want to wait till Wednesday. Could I budget around waiting till Wednesday? Sure.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
and I've used Instapay every once in a while just because I want it in there. I don't know why.
Yeah,
but,
no, I get that.
but yeah. So, anyways, please do that before after you have an accident. Although, gosh, it's such a good tip though because it's like you're all freaking out about everything else, and if you really need that money, like
Right.
you said, let's say you're at the end of your week, if you live paycheck to paycheck, and you need that money for groceries and rent, and all of a sudden,
You don't have to
you
wait 3 or 4 more days for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Plus,
It's a good
if you are in an accident and then you need to put down a deductible,
Yep.
that's just you have to wait for it.
Right. So just Instapay, and I guess Yasser makes a good point. If you're not paying the 50 cents, because both of them are 50 cents,
Right.
So it's $1.
Right.
Yeah. So
So if you
But
are
I-
putting it on the card, then it's free. And
I think Lyft is coming out with a debit card too, and
they have one. It's just not as widely marketed. But
Is
they
it
do already have
like
one.
you can get one in Grand Rapids.
I don't know if you can get it in Grand Rapids, but they put the money after every single ride onto the card. You don't even have to cash out.
Oh,
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So what I like about the debit card from Uber also is it ties into, I forget what the series of ATMs are called, but all the ATMs at Walgreens are free to use. So you can just
I think it's been about 60 years since I used an ATM.
But anyway, so I can go.
You don't
I
use
go into that
ATMs?
and take my cash out right there, and I use that too.
I don't use cash very rarely.
Yeah.
So. And if I am going to get cash, I typically go in the bank. So, but anyways. All right, next article. Uber lays off 400 as profitability doubts linger after IPO. You know, I took your article because you double posted on me because yours was better. I didn't think it was that better.
No, it was
That
just
better.
different.
Different. The article is kind of BS anyways. Although it
I
says
know.
if you want to read more, subscribe. I'm like, whatever, bro. So I mean, I guess it's good that they're doing that. They're cutting the fat a little bit because they probably be like, man, we have to be somewhat profitable or show some.
The thought I thought was
Plus,
interesting was
why does Uber need to market?
well, but that's the thing. They cut 400 people from the marketing department.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're all marketing people. They don't need to market.
Yeah, I think they're good on that. I mean, but there's other things to market. As we'll talk about later. Uber Health. You know,
Right.
it's not just Uber X anymore.
Right.
It's Uber.
Well,
But still.
Still,
so
yeah.
here's the thing: the marketing team had more than 1,200 people,
That's not nuts.
Yeah.
so
That's
they still have
ridiculous.
800 people left. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
I think they can handle the offshoots that Uber's
I would
dipping
think so.
into.
I would think so. And I mean, I know there's a lot of things because they're obviously handling marketing in all the markets, right?
Yes.
So they're doing all that stuff that they have to. I get it, but 1,200 people, holy smokes!
Yeah, that's a big payroll right there. So, yeah, I'm glad to see they're actually taking some action. I mean, I cannot believe they haven't cut rates. I mean, what's it been 2 or 3 years since they cut rates in Grand Rapids?
But
I think they cut it one time since I started driving.
so
I've
now
only seen an increase.
What's up?
We had an increase a couple of years ago, a very small one, like
tiny,
2 cents.
tiny.
Oh,
That's
But-
all I've seen.
So I'm going to play the devil's advocate, but no, it's not really the truth. But the thing that everybody says and everybody's complaining about and that we don't care about, we're still getting paid the same. Uber is getting paid more.
yeah,
Well, I mean, we know that. We're getting paid the same,
right.
but Uber is getting paid more. So, I mean, they are making a lot more money.
Yeah, they
Yes.
are.
More than half the instances, they are getting more than 35% of the fare.
I'm going to throw another thing in there. Instead of using this Uber Pro, do you think if they said, we're going to all give you 20 cents, a quarter more a mile, do you think more people would be, if you drive for us, we're going to give you, like, do the Uber Pro, but instead of having all this bullshit of online classes or whatever, which I get is not complete bullshit, but I mean, for me, it doesn't move the needle.
Right.
But we're going to give you a quarter more if you drive for us. Would that make you happy?
Initially, there was.
Oh, that's right.
When they first rolled it out, you earned like an extra 7 or 10 cents per mile if you were a Diamond driver.
That's right. They did do that.
And they discontinued it. And that was the best perk
too
they
many
offered.
Too many people doing Diamond drivers all of a sudden.
Well, they need a balance, right? They can't have every driver doing Diamond, so they probably like, we better get rid of this, and that will cut the
They
amount.
could have just made it tougher to get to.
Yeah, well, it's different markets are like that.
Right.
I mean, some markets, I think Peter said something like it was like 2,000 points to get to.
And then John's market is like next to nothing.
Right. All right, next picture. Ben put this on here, so Ben hasn't talked much.
I don't have a camera. I'm all alone, tucked in the corner.
And we can swap you out for Jason one week.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Producer Jason.
Yeah. All right, zip code a question. This is something. I need a question answered if anybody can. Is there any way you could set destination to only 4 or 5 zip codes? I only want to work local since I only work part-time. Is there any settings for that at all? No.
Well,
it'd be nice.
I feel like that. I mean, Ben seems to like to post pictures of like people being dumbasses.
Yes, I do.
Which some of them are really funny, but this one I was kind of like, the guy looks old. He probably just started because we don't know anything about
You're
it.
just too kind.
Well, I guess. But did you look at the comments? Is he a new driver, or did you not look at the comments?
I didn't bother.
Yeah, you just screenshot it and sent it to me. Okay. All right. I mean,
he only works part time, and
I'm judgy.
No, but it is a dumb question. I mean,
I'm sure he doesn't understand why it's a dumb question. Like the whole premise of Uber, and
I don't know why I'm being ageist, but he just looks old, so I figure he doesn't know. So
you never know.
Why you beat up on an old guy, Ben? I always like when he sends me screenshots and then I don't edit out Ben's face when he's going to write a comment. I would love to see a comment there like, you're an old fart or something like that. And not send it, but.
Yes.
So, poor Lou, just trying to get the hustle on.
I guess so, but
I'd like you to send him a PM and tell him you're sorry for screenshotting that. If he hears this, he's definitely going to be pissed.
He might be our biggest fan.
He could be.
You never know.
I doubt
Wow,
it.
we're going on 2 hours, guys.
No, we're not.
It's almost 11.
Oh, wow. You got to go to
I guess we
bed?
start 9. No, I'm not going.
All right, let's.
9:30.
Yeah, we got a lot to get through yet.
Why don't we skip the next one?
Yeah, it was dumb. Not dumb, but
Okay,
The
so
women's
I'm going
issue.
to take this one. How to auto accept ride emails from Uber.
Yeah, what is that?
seems weird.
Did you have a picture on that one?
I've got it up.
yeah.
So I'm starting to work as an Uber driver to earn some extra money while learning German. Uber requires you to accept the ride via email first, and then it will show in the Uber app. I would like to automate that on my laptop or VPS, so it checks for new emails and auto-clicks the mail and the link inside. I'm not sure how to do this. Auto-clicker can assist, but cannot check for new emails. Please advise. So apparently, in Austria, drivers first get an email, and then they have to accept that, and then they get a ride in their app, and then they have to accept their ride. So that's just weird and strange.
There must be some weird government regulation requiring that.
Ben said he dug around the internet and couldn't find
I
anything
couldn't
else.
find
on it,
anything to
so
support that.
I don't know. But it seems like the guy's legit. I mean, it's not like he's.
He's asking a smart question.
Yeah. I mean, so what advice would I give him? I would say get another phone and mount it right next to your other one and have your email app open and have it auto
And have
refresh.
it
Right.
check all the time.
Yeah, all the time. And
Yeah.
I guess that's the only way. Although it would put you a different advantage if you could do that. Some auto checker or clicker or whatever, because then you'd get the rides first. But I don't know. I feel like we need to dig in that a little more because that sounds absolutely strange. Because why would they do that?
Well, I think whoever said that hit the nail on the head. Right? It's got to be some kind of a regulation thing.
Yeah, from the country.
Yeah.
From the government. Yeah, because otherwise Uber would be like, yeah, we're not. Yeah, this is not
I
an
think
Uber
I know
thing.
someone in Austria right now. I'm going to send him a message.
Yeah, do it. They probably don't drive for Uber.
I was
though.
gonna
No,
say,
but they
it's-
might be able to find out.
That's true. Next article, real quick. This one's kind of cool. Uber Health is they've been around, but what they're doing now is instead of just sending the patient, they're actually connecting a tech with some sort of equipment that they bring to the house to set up like a FaceTime with somebody to because I've done that. Megan's done that. We've got an app through Priority Health, and you can connect with a doctor. And
I've done it.
Yeah, Ben's done it too.
I should have done it in Florida.
Yeah, probably would have saved you $600.
650.
But I think that's great that Uber is doing this. I mean, they're just doing it for money, but I think it's one of these things where this is great. I think, Uber Eats is garbage, but I think this is this is amazing.
I don't know. The last thing we need are more greedy companies getting involved in health.
I know, but if it can help, yeah, I know, right? I just feel like if it can help like an old person,
right?
Then
that's great.
You think about the cost of having someone come into your facility and all the overhead that you're dealing with, and they can pay an Uber driver, whatever, to take this person to the home. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a good move for Uber. I think it's a good move for elderly people that can't get out of the house and don't know how to use a smartphone.
Right.
Now, will we need this in 30 years? Probably not, because by then everyone will know how to use smartphones.
The people who are old have already been having smartphones.
Right. I always tell my
long.
kids, I was like, hey, don't let me get old on tech. Like, if I start getting like, no, I'm not getting a new one.
Drag you into the street and shoot you.
Yeah. It's like Old Yeller. Like, damn it, you go out get me the newest smartphone. I expect a new smartphone on Father's Day for the next,
Yeah. If you ever say that to me, I'll grab your phone and smash it with a hammer. That way you have to get a new one.
Oh, no. But I don't ever want to get old tech, I might tell you to get off my lawn, but as far as tech goes, don't let me get old.
I've been doing that for years with small children.
Right.
Mostly because I don't like small children.
Oh, small children are great. All right, let's jump into the Lyft pictures, Ben. So apparently, prime time is going away for Grand Rapids starting Monday, August 12th. They're replacing it with something better, a clearer, more reliable way to find high demand. I know a lot of markets, people are like, whatever. We already have this, and I'm sure you do, but it's new for us. What Steve did not bring up from Denver, they actually got rid of the power zones. They have nothing now, and I'm sure he'll talk about that at some point. They have heat maps to just tell you where the rides are. There's literally nothing anymore.
We're getting heat maps and power zones.
Right. So at least
boy,
we're have an opportunity to make some extra money.
Right.
But
I wonder if they lost all their randomly generated bonus opportunities too.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Because I still get the
streak
20
bonuses.
rides for $14 or the streak bonuses. Yeah.
So we'll have to see next Monday. It's coming in, so we'll have to see. I mean, we're not seeing a ton of
Yeah,
prime
I'm
time.
looking forward to it.
Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you're gonna reapply for Lyft?
I tried.
They still don't want
they
you?
won't want me,
All right.
so.
So yeah, that'll
Lifts suck.
Maybe in 5 years.
Yeah,
No.
we'll be going around on hoverboards in 5 years. Come on. So yeah, that's coming to Grand Rapids. So breaking news. Real quick, I just want to talk about the Patreon account. I know half the people left. Oh no, we're back up to 18.
You can't skip the VIX.
I didn't.
No, it paid
Look above tip time.
Fine.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Okay, fine.
What's that?
Okay,
No,
fine.
there's one more thing you say.
Okay, F you.
That was one more thing.
That's not what I was looking for, but thank you. So the Patreon account.
I'm going to post a link.
What's up?
I'm going to post a link.
Yeah, it's in the description. I don't think I put it up in our thing. So I know we talk about this a lot. This what we didn't tell anyone, and I was talking to somebody in our local group about the Patreon account. And it's just bumming me out that it's not the money. I mean, some it is. We do have expenses, about $100 a month on expenses. So, yeah. And we decided as a group to take all our dash cam videos down of our inside of our cab. So we had a couple of videos that had over 1 million views on them, and we were making not great money, but we were covering our bills and making some profit. But after Ryan was driving, got deactivated from Uber, and he's got he's probably making $5,000 a month on his views.
Still.
So yeah, still forever he'll probably make that. So Uber finally deactivated, and we decided as a team to pull all our videos down. So now we're making about $2 a month from our live streams because we only get about 100 views on that. And not that we're doing it for the money, but there are expenses. We want to upgrade equipment. We have not been able to upgrade equipment. Obviously, Skype has some issues. That pisses me off, by the way. It's been in the back of my head the whole time. So the Patreon account, you can do a $5 or $10 tier. The $5 just help us out. That is, I will tip you in the app, right, Ben? What was that? I tip you in the app?
Yes.
And then what was the 10 one?
Unicorn Ride.
Unicorn Ride. And the $10 gets you a t-shirt or merch. The before banter. And we are going to start a new podcast about gig economy, but damn it, we're not doing it till we're getting another Patreon because Larry, screw off.
Larry is very important to us.
He is, but he's won enough merch, so we can wait for a couple months before he put another podcast up. But yeah, so once that Patreon account boots up a little bit, we're going to talk about Amazon Flex. We're going to talk about Uber Eats.
Please support us.
Not Uber Eats, but food delivery. All these other gigs that are. There's one called Talker. It's like a handyman app.
Oh,
what's dinging around over there, Ben?
Every time you get a message on Facebook, it's dinging.
Oh,
sorry.
that's annoying.
Yeah. I blame Sam.
That was me.
You sent me a
I did.
Damn it. No, you won't be.
What?
No, you won't be.
Why?
We have. Never mind.
Oh.
I'll talk to you later.
I was going to. It was being nice. Whatever.
Amber, hey, I like Amber. She says Skype has its issues. Yeah, see, the problem is we're running it through a mixer, and so it's complicated.
And then streaming it and recording it at the same time.
I mean, there's like 14 different things going on. So, anyways, back to the Patreon account. So, yeah, we're going to do that. Talker. So, apparently, that's another app that it's like you sign up for things that you want to do. You want to hang that TV. Right. You get paid for that. So the only thing I started signing up for, they want $30 up front to run the background check.
Right.
So I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to commit to that, which is kind of good because then at least they have people that are serious about that.
Right.
Have you looked into that app at all?
I don't know how to do anything useful.
But I mean, it's simple as like mow the lawn. Like people put gigs up and you're like, okay, I'll mow your lawn for $20.
I think I've mowed a lawn once in my life.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Amazon has something similar.
You can come train on my lawn. It's a good.
I have Kyle coming to my house Friday morning to set up our new trampoline.
From Amazon?
Mm-hmm. I don't know who it is or how they got the deal, but when I checked out, I could click a box that said professional installation service available.
You bought a trampoline?
Yeah.
Why do you buy
a trampoline for the kids?
Why did you buy professional installation?
Because I don't want to set it up.
It's not that hard.
But he doesn't. His time is. So this is why that gig stuff works great. Because your time is more valuable.
I would gladly
pay. How much was it?
Like $85.
Okay, that's a little high.
Right.
That's a little high. My butt puckered when you said 85. I was hoping you said 40.
Like I bought a big 200-pound cabinet at Lowe's, and I was going to have it delivered to the house because otherwise I had to go rent a truck. It was time consuming. I didn't want to do it.
Right.
I got out to the checkout line. I was like, "Yeah, can I have this delivered?" Yeah, sure. Price went up $50 for delivery. I was like, "Oh, you know what? I'll just go rent that truck."
See, now to me, the 50 would be worth it. No, it wasn't. See, everyone has their
the
limit.
truck is only 20. If it had been like 35, sure. It was I couldn't do the 50.
$15?
Yeah.
You could have got to earn that in a half hour on Uber.
I don't care.
And I agree with you on that.
I mean, the 85 is a little high. I mean,
but it would have taken me at least 3 to 4 hours to figure it out.
Right.
I agree. So he'll probably set it up in 45 minutes. Yeah. But I guess it's not terrible. But again, that's the whole point of the game.
Right.
It's like your time is worth more than spending 4 hours on a Saturday when he could be kayaking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if he's got the money, then let him do it. So, wow, this is a complete tangent.
Wow, sorry about that.
But that's what the gig economy podcast is going to be about.
Yeah,
I mean, there's like Molly Maid, which is cleaning.
Yeah,
it's gig economy for cleaning.
It is?
It is. Yeah, you have your own supplies. People will post that they want these rooms in their house cleaned. You've already done your background check with Molly Maid. Or no, and that's a different one.
Yeah, I don't think it's Molly.
Handy.
Yeah,
handy.
But that's not just
something.
cleaning. That's
Yeah.
everything.
But there's one that it's cleaning.
Okay.
And you go to people's houses and you clean and you say you want the one that's 15 an hour, you want the one that's 20 an hour.
What quality level you want?
Right.
Yeah.
But I think that's
Yeah.
kind of like the talker. I think you can do cleaning on there.
Right.
Like I don't want to clean anyone's house, but
No.
I thought about signing up just to see this winter. I mean, I don't know. I'm not very handy. I really am not. But I could probably set up a trampoline for $85. So
Might take you a while.
Take you 4 hours though,
Seriously.
it would take me 4 hours.
and you don't want to do that in the winter anyway.
You're
so.
right. You're right. Greg says a trampoline is a good way to get your insurance
As
canceled.
long as you state that it has all the security things on it.
Yeah,
It
and,
does.
and you have a fence.
Yep.
Well, as long as you can lock it, as long as that it has lockable
zipper.
entry. Yeah, zipper.
Oh, really? They just don't want young kids. It's like a pool, right? They don't want a
they
kid
want
falling
kids
in.
to be able to go into themselves. Yeah.
Right.
And
So,
you
anyways, sign up for the Patreon account. I don't know. We got on a gig tangent here, but that's what it would be about. We would talk about stuff like that.
in a better way.
And I'll be honest with you, yeah. Well, we'll see. Honestly, there's gigs in this community that people don't know about. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can think of some, and I'm not going to tell you
No, we're
Unless-
not going to talk about those.
unless you get on the podcast, unless you sign up. So, all right, jump into tip
I
time.
didn't think you could do that on a gig.
Was that Danish?
Harry,
Try that again,
I'm
because
getting-
I
I'm
heard.
getting- I'm getting tired.
I heard rumble.
Harry.
All right.
Say shenanigans for us.
Okay, real quick. Pro tip. Ben, take this one because it's funny.
Ah.
Switch the picture over, though.
So you think I'm funny?
No, I think
No,
this is a good
not
one.
you.
See, you rip on the old guy, but then this one's real good.
All right, pro tip. Vicks Vapo Rub isn't just for colds. Smudge some under your nose to make other people's bad body odors more tolerable. They sell them in 5 millimeter
Milliliter.
Thank you. They sell them in 5 millimeter containers. I did it again. They sell them in 5 milliliter containers. Keep
Where's
it in.
the sign?
Where's the sign?
Can I finish? Keep it in your door cubbyhole for
That's not what I thought he was going to say.
emergencies.
Keep it in your pants. So honestly, as much as it sounds stupid, if you are, I am a nose sensitive guy. Like if I can cigarette smoke sends me over the moon. It just gives me a headache, and that would work.
Yeah.
I mean, what if you got a 45-minute plus to Holland and the guy smells like garbage?
Yeah.
I mean, or gal, whatever.
Whatever.
Although go ahead.
Sorry, my rental car, when my car was in the shop, it smelled like pot.
Really?
Yeah. Like they tried to clean it out, but it was still there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely if you're a rental place, you kind of have to use those ionizers or whatever, those machines you put in. You can't just, pot and smoke. I mean, once it's in there, it's tough to get out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went all the way from downtown to the airport, my back window's down, and I swear I could still smell it in the back of my car.
Ugh.
Yeah, as soon as I get the smell of smoke, I roll all the windows down and drive for like 5 minutes, and then usually it goes out. But
That's my solution for when I fart, too.
I'm sure it's Jason's solution all night, too.
Jesper had an issue with that too.
Hey,
tonight.
we don't need to talk about that.
We had to kill bugs.
So how often do you guys have people wanting to vape in your car?
I haven't had it lately because I've been skipping the bar crowd.
Probably once a month.
I
when I'm
was
actively
getting
driving.
it weekly for a while there, but lately it hasn't been terrible.
Like a month ago, I was driving during the day, and this guy I picked up. I talked about it on the podcast. He was bawling when I picked up him, crying.
Yeah.
I let him vape in my car. And that was an extreme circumstance because he wasn't a drunk and like,
Right.
"You gotta vape in your car."
What
That's
the,
my
thing,
It's
joke.
worse in the winter because
The
people
thing-
don't want to stand outside.
Yeah,
the things that bothers me is that they seem to think that the smoke is different. Well, I'm just vaping. It's not like it's
Yeah.
cigarettes.
You're giving yourself pneumonia.
here's my opinion on it. I think that it's still nicotine and it's not good for them, but I don't think it's the end of the world if they did it in your car.
No, but
I don't like the
but
artificial
it's just-
smell that comes out of them, so I
No.
just don't like them.
Yeah,
But why is it any different than than smoking cigarettes? I don't think it is.
for you as a driver?
Yeah,
I mean, it really
it's
isn't.
my car.
Yeah, no. When it comes down to it, you're absolutely right. I don't think it's as bad. I'm not going to get a headache. I'm just saying personally,
Sure.
I'm not going to get a headache from the vape smell. I will from cigarettes.
But I mean, just last weekend I had 2 people get in my car and they were just nonchalantly vaping like it was no big thing.
A lot of people don't even ask.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
And there was one time he was drunk as heck and he was in my front seat and I said, "You need to stop vaping." I mean, I had to use those words to him. I mean, and at first I was like very nice. "Hey, please no vaping in my car."
Yeah.
And then he just, "Oh no, I
Continued.
won't." And then he did it again. I was like, and I just said, "You need to stop
Did you
vaping."
think you couldn't see him doing it? Or
No, he was sitting right next to me.
Oh, I had a girl in the back seat. She got in the car and asked. And I was like, "No, you may not vape in the car." And then 30 seconds later, I could hear it.
I actually, when I tell people I've never had anyone do it, I just say, I don't know, maybe they're scared of the beard, but I just say, yeah, I prefer that you don't. And they're like, okay. So,
Well, and that's most of the time I
Yes.
get that too.
Chris Compton says he vapes, so if people ask nicely, I let them, which,
Right.
yeah, I mean, that's fine. I honestly don't think it's that bad. I think it's kind of a disrespect thing from the passenger. I'm like,
Sure.
come on, dude, this is my car. Yeah, if you get in and smell cigarette smoke, but even then, like, I don't know if I would. Like, I need a cigarette that bad. I mean, I don't know. Maybe
Right.
the nicotine has that kind of draw. I don't know, but I don't
I
know.
mean, I think I've talked about it on here before, but I had a girl pay me $30 to smoke a cigarette in the back of the car.
Okay, I would do that.
Yeah. She offered 20 and I was like, "No, not for 20. And she's like, "What about $30?" And I was like, "You know what? If you roll the back windows down, you can have that cigarette for $30."
But I need the cash up front.
That's an
Yeah.
expensive.
She handed me the cash up front. Yeah.
That's an expensive cigarette.
Exactly.
Wow.
So okay, sure, for $30.
All right, real quick, we're going to jump into Facebook shenanigans. This was in our group, and it brings up discussion. I wonder how many here do not drive any longer. I started with Uber early on and made pretty good money. It was not uncommon to gross $30 an hour. Even now, Jesper's grossing $30 an hour. So after rate cuts and such, it was hard to gross 15. I hadn't driven for 2 years. Then, honestly, I wish that group had a little bit more moderation and say, can we all resubmit our Uber profiles? I mean, I guess there's no date on it. I guess somebody could, but I don't know. It feels like if there's a ton of, and there was a lot of comments. People said they don't drive anymore. I'm like,
But
why
they
is-
lurk.
Yeah, but then
Yes.
get out of the car. I mean, get out of the group.
No, they like to watch the dumpster fire.
I mean, I guess that a little bit. It's fine. I don't know. I just don't need non-drivers in there. I always feel like it's a little weird. So that's
Right.
just my 2 cents. And then I thought this was interesting, and I think a lot of people don't understand that. So I don't know. Ben, did I? I did
The
not.
difference between a bonus and a guarantee.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't add this to XSplit, but it says, please explain something to me. I thought I received an $85 bonus for completing 15 rides, but only got an extra $17.
And actually, if you read it, she didn't even get $17. If the actual picture she sent, she made $117 on her regular rides.
Well, it said you earned $102.64. That was $17.64 more than the guarantee amount.
Right.
Yeah.
So she made $17
Right, there.
more, and she was wondering why she didn't get her bonus.
Well, she thought it was an $85 bonus on top of it.
Right, and Lyft will throw those in there, and they'll flip them up. 1 week it'll be a bonus earnings, and next week it'll actually be a bonus. So just make sure you read what they're actually giving you.
Yeah. I've
They-
had weeks where I've had both. But
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they're just guaranteeing you that if you do 15 rides, you'll make at least $85. If she would have made 84, they would have gave her $1.
Yeah.
Right.
I got $13 off of one of those once. That's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I remember you and Pete did one recently, and it
Yeah.
was like,
I got something and Pete didn't get
Okay.
anything.
all right. Okay, do we got anything else? Or is that it?
Think we at the end. Oh,
Somebody was, or Ben was going to do
Oh yeah, I mean I did have that. It was a gal who posted in a national group. I don't have a picture or anything, but she posted in a national group, not a local group, but national, about Coast Guard Festival.
what
and about,
national group?
yes, in a national group.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I think maybe people don't realize how many groups are out there. I mean, maybe she needs to search or something like that.
Yeah.
But we do recommend if you are, whatever market you're in, you should search.
Oh, yeah. And find the local group to yourself.
Yeah.
Yep.
For
So-
sure.
So my first word of advice to her is find a local group. My second word of advice to her is don't drive Coast Guard fast because the cell phone towers jam up and you can't get signal to get a ride.
Well, what Did Palka have any feedback about that?
Well, she told me once that it took a while for her to get the rides, but they eventually did accept.
Yeah. So like St. Patty's Day downtown, like you hit go and then it takes
spins
for like 3 or 4 minutes and then it pops up and by the way
3 or 4 minutes.
That's all it took me.
Ooh,
Even with Verizon though, when those big events, I don't know what they can do if they can boost those towers or something. But
If we got 5G, we'd probably solve that problem.
It's true.
5G will not solve it. It'll just be another problem.
It will cause cancer.
The problem with out there is that there's no people out there normally.
Yes.
Right? There's what is that like 200 people living in Grand Haven? I don't know.
And they're all related.
Their infrastructure is not set up for that influx of people.
Right. They don't have, that's exactly it. Once or twice a year they have a big group. But even on the weekends, I bet you on a really beautiful Saturday night where, like this weekend's supposed to be gorgeous, not super hot, I bet you they still have trouble with it if you're on like Sprint.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm only dogging Sprint because in Grand Rapids, Sprint sucks. So,
Yeah.
They do.
we're all
So-
on Verizon, I think.
Just going back to her
AT&T.
post. Ooh, interesting.
Who are you with?
AT&T.
Does it work okay?
Why?
Yeah.
Does
I
it
have
work
no
on
problem.
Flex?
Yeah.
Go with
I have
Comcast.
no problems.
Why?
That's what we just did.
Hey, can we, if we're gonna,
But,
if we're gonna promote it, can we at least get some links for it?
Right? Sponsorship
No.
or something.
Comcast sucks. Okay. Sorry.
So anyway, I just thought it was very interesting to see a post about a local event in a national group. And then she was celebrating the fact that she got like a $2.35 surge because it never happens out there. So I'm just thinking to myself, why don't you just go to Grand Rapids if you want a surge? Like you'll get a surge of at least $2.35.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Don't tell her to go to Grand Rapids.
I know,
But maybe she's a new. Why am I defending all these people?
I
that you're
don't
talking
know.
about?
I
was gonna
I know
say-
you're trying to be like a nice guy.
I know.
For all
it's
these
like our roles
strange
are
people.
switching or
Yeah.
something.
Well, I mean,
I'm usually the nice guy, and you're like, oh, it could be they're new.
no, I mean it's possible they're new.
For
so.
her, that was very exciting. That's
I
sweet,
was like,
but-
all right, cool, good for you.
Yeah. Whatever.
Have a good one. All right, guys.
I think
Sorry.
that's it.
This is like got to be a long one.
Yeah.
Or
It's
the
11:20.
I'm trying
It's
to
time to go.
time to go.
I forgot to press record.
You're a liar. All right, guys. Thanks
You
so
better
much.
be a liar.
We're coming up. What we're coming up with is we got a couple of review videos that we're going to do a camera, and we're actually going to review those barf bags.
Yes.
We got a fun one for that, and then what else are we doing? Oh, the hum, the Verizon
Yeah, the
hum.
Verizon hum. We're gonna make a review on that
So
one. Yeah.
we should have Ben do his. What do you got your fingers on there for?
Because I'm going to play the Patreon video
Oh, are you?
and to close us out.
Okay. But anyways, that's what's coming down the. Is it the pike
Yeah.
or
I
the
think
pipe?
so.
Pipe. Down the pipe.
Down the pipeline.
No,
I
I think
don't
it's
know.
down the pike.
Is it? I don't know.
No, you don't things don't go down a pike. That makes no sense.
Hold on.
Can we just say goodbye?
No, hold on.
No, he's got to know now.
Okay, down the pike. Let's just go with it.
It says down the pike pipe. Hold on.
Down the pike or pipe.
All right, I think it's both. How to use down the pike?
The
versus
original
down-
expression is coming down the pike. It refers to coming down the turnpike with the image of something getting bigger as it moves forward towards us.
Okay.
Okay.
F you all. Thanks, guys, for listening.
Boom.
All right.
All right, we're going to play our Patreon video to send us out, and we will see you on our next live stream. Everybody have a good night.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Bye.